Good afternoon and welcome in to your daily community briefing here live on WBON TV Channel 9. Michael Watkins here to wrap up another exciting week of news and other things going on here in Madison County and other surrounding areas. Before we jump into the newscast, we want to say thank you to our great sponsors like Bishop Small Engine Repair. Keep your power equipment working strong all season long with help from Bishop Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop service your mower and power equipment located on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're also brought to you by Affordable Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. And a special thank you to Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond as well at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Bluegrass Marble and Granite can take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. And our lead story today, and in a story that many people on social media were unhappy with, Governor Andy Beshear announced a new incentive plan yesterday to pay as many as 15,000 Kentuckians on unemployment insurance a one-time $1,500 bonus to rejoin the workforce by July 30th. The governor set aside $22.5 million in Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Securities Act funds to pay for the program to incentivize more people to leave unemployment insurance and begin filling job vacancies throughout the Commonwealth to further ignite an economy that is beginning to lift off as Kentucky emerges from the pandemic with weekly job announcements and positive economic news. To qualify, an applicant must be one of the following, or be all three of the following. Be a Kentucky resident, be employed by a Kentucky business between June 24th and July 30th, and have an active unemployment insurance claim as of June 23rd of this year. Employers will be responsible for completing an online application verifying that employees accepted employment between June 24th and July 30th. They must also verify that employees worked 120 hours in the 4 weeks following new employment. Well, after talking with higher education and legislative leaders in the Commonwealth, Governor Andy Beshear also signed an executive order on Thursday allowing student athletes in Kentucky to receive fair compensation for the use of their name, image, and likeness. Governor Beshear is the first governor to allow compensation for name, image, and likeness by an executive order. Leadership in the Kentucky General Assembly voiced support for the executive action, noting their intent to deal with the topic in 2022 regular session. On Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled against the NCAA in a significant case that challenged the association's ability to have national limits on benefits for athletes that are related to education, but more broadly the case has raised questions about the NCAA's ability to limit benefits at all. 19 states have passed legislation to allow such compensation for student athletes. Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, New Mexico, and Texas enacted laws that will take effect July 1st of this year. The NCAA Board of Governors has preliminarily approved changes to their eligibility rules that would allow such compensation, and the U.S. Congress has held hearings on creating a national standard for compensation. However, until that happens, Kentucky colleges and universities would have faced a competitive disadvantage as other states' legislation becomes effective as soon as July 1st of this year. Plenty more to come on this in the coming weeks, and it'll be interesting to see how Kentucky and the other colleges in the state react to the good news. Well, Governor Andy Beshear also reported U.S. Secretary of Commerce Gina M. Raimondo announced that the department's Economic Development Administration is awarding a $2.3 million CARES Act Recovery Assistance grants to Paris-Bourbon County Economic Development Authority. The funding will allow for roadway infrastructure improvements to accommodate the expansion of the Paris-Bourbon County Industrial Park and support future business needs. This EDA grant, to be matched with $575,000 in local funds, is expected to create 296 jobs, retain 147 jobs, and generate $214 million in private investment. Well, for the first time here locally in Richmond, the City Commission is surveying the public on two possibly contentious new ordinances. WBON-TV spoke to Tyler Johnson, Communication and Community Development Director for the City of Richmond, about the two items that are on the table that would allow for packaged liquor sales on Sunday, as well as the possibility of golf carts on some city roads. The responses to the survey, he says, will be heavily weighed by city officials, to which they will vote. With the story, we turn to our news director, Marissa Hempel.
If you get thirsty on Sundays, or if you want to drive a golf cart around town, you may be in luck, as those are two options for city ordinances that are up before the City Commission. However, according to the city, they are fielding all Richmondites to see how they stand on these issues.
A couple weeks ago at a workshop meeting for the commission, two citizens presented to the commission on topics that were about allowing golf carts on the streets of Richmond and also allowing packaged alcohol sales on Sundays. And so after both of those presentations, the commission decided to create a survey that would run for 30 days that the public would be able to go on and voice their opinion on both issues. So we put that out on June 18th, and we've had a pretty good response over the last 5 days.
Johnson says this is the first time that the city has implemented such a process.
As far as I know, this is the first time that we've done something like this to kind of get citizen input on potential ordinances or changes to ordinances.
He continues that one of the main reasons that the alcohol sales on Sunday has been pushed is for local business owners so that they can stay open on Sundays.
So Charlie Hamilton, the owner of Dreaming Creek, was the one who brought the topic to the commission, and he said that during the pandemic shutdown, when they were not allowed to be open to the public, they could only sell takeout packaged drinks, basically. And so from his standpoint, he wasn't able to sell anything on Sunday, and that's kind of what spurred his interest in presenting to the commission and asking for that change. So this would allow for packaged sales in grocery stores, breweries, that sort of thing that isn't allowed right now.
As of press time, Johnson has the latest numbers of responses already from Richmondites on where they stand on the packaged liquor on Sundays.
As of right now on the survey, we've had 1,600 responses, and for the package sales, it's 89% in favor of allowing those sales, 11% not in favor of allowing those sales.
However, it seems that the golf cart ordinance is actually more split down the middle.
From my understanding, that has been discussed multiple times over the years and just never really gained any traction. I think that it does stem from people in neighborhoods who would like to jump on the golf cart and maybe, like you mentioned, to go to Lake Reba and watch the softball or soccer or baseball. And then other neighborhoods also, I believe they'd like to travel and visit neighbors and that sort of thing. So this was presented to us by a citizen who would be interested. The examples they gave were cities in Florida that allowed this, and they'd like to see the change here. There is a state law that kind of outlines the boundaries that we are allowed to change this ordinance. So from my understanding, it wouldn't be allowed on state roads, and it could only be on roads that are 35 miles per hour or less. So there are some regulations that we have to adhere to no matter what. Of the 1,600 responses we've had, 10% of those say they are a business owner, so about 169 respondents. And out of the total 1,600, 63% said that they would be unlikely to purchase a golf cart and that would be street legal to drive, and 8% of those said they'd be very likely to buy a golf cart, and then 4% say they already own a golf cart. So those are some interesting stats there. But as far as in favor of the ordinance, currently 53% say they are not in favor, and 47% say they are in favor of changing the ordinance.
In the easy-to-use survey that you can find online, there also are comment sections which will be reviewed later.
Once the survey's done, we'll be able to compile all of those comments, and the commission will be able to review them as well during a workshop meeting.
Johnson said there is still time to take the survey if you have not yet, as it will run until July 18th at midnight.
And then we will compile the data on that Monday and Tuesday morning, and then at the 9:30 a.m. workshop meeting on July 20th, the commission will see the data and the comments and those sorts of things to help them in their decision.
The link to the survey is both on the city website and also up on our own WBONTV.com.
we are running scheduled posts on our Facebook page, which is City of Richmond KY Community Information. It's pinned to the top of that page, so it'll be the first post you see. And if anyone can't find the link or has trouble, they can always call City Hall at 859-623-1000, or they can email me, tjohnson@richmond.ky.us, and I'd be happy to send it to them.
Stay tuned as WBON TV will continue to follow these issues and see if they get passed through City Hall. For more stories such as these, stay tuned right here to your Wallingford broadcasting stations. I'm Marissa Hempel.
Remember, you can find the link on WBONTV.com to have your say on these two potential new changes for the City of Richmond. As of press time, nearly 2,000 residents have already submitted their responses. Well, the boil water advisory has been lifted for the Southern Madison Water District. A boil water advisory has been lifted by the Division of Water as of 1:30 today for the Southern Madison Water District customers, all areas west of exit 76. The water has been cleared for drinking and food preparations. And the eastern bypass between Lancaster Avenue and Kit Carson Drive and Roy and Sue Kidd Way will be closed this Sunday, June 27th, with start time around 4 p.m. It is anticipated that this work will take up to 10 hours to complete, and the road bay will be opened as soon as possible on Sunday. Now time for our first commercial break, folks. Thanks for tuning us in here on this Friday edition. Lots more to get to when we come back, so don't change that dial. We're coming right back on the WBON TV Daily Community Briefing live on WBON TV Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys.
Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theater, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Welcome back into the newscast. Michael Watkins here with you on this Friday, brought to you by Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. They have the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Well, on Thursday at approximately 3:15 p.m., the Kentucky State Police Electronic Crime Branch arrested 53-year-old David Keith Jackson on charges related to child sexual abuse material. Jackson was arrested as the result of an undercover Internet Crimes Against Children investigation. The KSP Electronic Crime Branch began the investigation after discovering the suspect uploading images of child sexual exploitation online. The investigation resulted in the execution of a search warrant at a residence in Salyersville on June 24th. Equipment used to facilitate the crime was seized and taken to KSP's forensic laboratory for examination, and the investigation is still ongoing. Jackson is currently charged with 20 counts of possessing or viewing matter portraying a minor in a sexual performance and 1 count of distribution of matter portraying a minor in a sexual performance. These charges are Class D felonies punishable by 1 to 5 years in prison, and Jackson was lodged in the Big Sandy Detention Center. Secretary of State Michael Adams announced that in May, Kentucky's voter registration numbers remained stable for a second month following several months in which more voters were removed from the rolls than added. Kentucky saw a small net gain of voters, 116, while 4,474 Kentuckians newly registered. 4,358 voters were removed. 3,217 deceased voters, 768 voters who voluntarily deregistered, and 363 felony convicts, and 9 voters adjusted mentally incompetent, and 1 duplicate registration. I'm glad to see voter registration has stabilized, and I hope that with our state finally reopened, we will see voter registration drives begin again, said Adams. Democratic registrants represent 46% of the electorate, with 1,652,069 registered voters. Democratic registration dropped by over 1,600 since April 30th, and a 0.10% decrease. Republican registrants totaled 1,575,249, or 44% of voters. Republicans saw an increase of 981 registered voters, a rise of 0.06% from April 30th. In addition, 9% of voters are listed under other affiliations, which saw an increase of 822 registrants since April 30th, a 0.25% climb. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, is opening 3 locations to help those affected by severe weather register for individual assistance from the federal government. The new locations are the Lawrence County Community Center in Louisa, the county's Hal Rogers Forum and Hazard, and Madison County's Joint Information Center at 558 South Catlin Drive here in Richmond. These locations will be open from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. on June 25th and 26th. Those who wish to get help with their disaster assistance paperwork can visit any of these locations so long as they live in one of the 31 affected counties from this year's storms. You can watch the full story with Madison County Emergency Management Agency on our Facebook page to get more information about this location here in Richmond. Well, on Monday on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha and myself were joined by a host of guests, including Derek Robinson, the new head girls basketball coach at Model. Coach Robinson talked about his past of playing basketball overseas and with the Harlem Globetrotters, and also spoke about his future plans for the program at Model.
Samantha, tonight joined by the new head coach of the Model Lady Patriots, Derek Robinson. Coach, welcome in.
Thanks for having me. An honor to be here.
Apparently you have a nickname, because you called yourself a nickname a second ago. Tell everybody your nickname.
Everybody calls me D-Rob.
D-Rob. I like that. I like that. Okay.
So, see, we don't even have to give him a nickname.
No, I've got some nicknames for you, but I'm not allowed to say them on the air, but I'll hold them to my...
Since I was probably about 14, it's been over about 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
And it hasn't changed. You know, it hasn't changed. Actually, my high school, Bourbon County, where I went to high school,
yeah.
All my buddies growing up, they just gave me that name, and it just stuck.
It stuck with you all these
Coach
years.
D-Rob.
I like that.
Coach D-Rob, so.
Well, let's talk about, so a week now, you've been the Model head girls coach, and let's talk about what's gone on for the last week as you all have been kind of getting, going through the end of Summer League ball and kind of this job, the story behind how you got the job now at Model.
I've always been accustomed to women's basketball, and I put in for this, and like I said, after the interview, Mr. Sutton, Coach Sutton, Scotty had told me, he said, man, we're going to wait and hire the middle of June. I was playing a waiting game.
That's hard.
Praying.
Yeah, that's hard.
And also just staying ahead, keeping up on the team. If I did get the job, I was already ready to come in and see who I got, who am I going to play against.
Yeah.
Coming home before the hiring process went, looking at teams in the district, just trying to figure out my personnel and different stuff. Was actually refereeing a summer game, and the AD, Abby Jackson from Brown Station, came in and walked in. She said, hey, they've been calling me all day. You wanted to accept this job. And I got just kind of shocked for a minute. I'm like, this is really going to happen. And I offered it. You know, it was a no-brainer. It was something I've been working for a while, knowing that after I played, I had to learn the ways, how Lexington, how Kentucky basketball works as far as getting into being head coach.
Well, let's talk about this girls basketball team at Model. We obviously know about Keaton Hall and the kind of player she is. Taylor LeCompte is a good post presence inside. You've got some good pieces. So what is going to be the short-term and long-term goals for you at Model?
Yeah, because they lost 3 seniors this year,
and McKenna
right?
Tuttle was a big part of that,
too.
I was very pleased when I practiced these girls and I seen them scrimmage. I had my assistant coach them over the last couple of weeks, and we have a nice core coming back. The thing that I'm really impressed with about Keaton is that she is a team player.
Yeah.
She doesn't mind giving the ball to the open person. She plays the right way. And what me and her have talked about as far as leading our team is just her being more efficient on the floor, knowing where to get our shots, knowing the shots to take, shooting the ball well, getting everybody involved, which she knows. She's used to that, but the more is like when she's getting older and maturing, like really be efficient. I love the energy. I get in that gym, I sweat, I'm teaching, I'm pointing, and I'm having fun. And that's why I want to make it. I want to make it fun for them, and also be up for them to trust me and trust what we're doing as a team, and we're going to be surprising to watch this year.
If you missed any of this past week's sports show, you can go back and watch it on the WBON TV Facebook or YouTube channels to catch up with everything that went on this past Monday. It's now time for our second commercial break. Plenty more to get to when we come back, folks, including those coronavirus numbers. Good news statewide, as we only have 4 counties in the orange. Everybody else is lower than that. We'll give you those numbers when we come back on your daily community briefing, live on WBON TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys.
Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theater, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Back here on the newscast to wrap up the work week. We appreciate you being with us here all week long on the WBON TV Channel 9 newscast. Our news team appreciates all those tips we've been getting as well in the WBON TV inbox. And don't forget, you can sign up to get breaking news alerts directly to your phone by texting WBON TV to 77000. Thank you to our great sponsors, Holland Sons Auto Care, Jennings Auto Parts, and Berea Ace Hardware. And as we look at the numbers here in Madison County today, down in the yellow once again at 3.2 for our current incidence rate. There are only 4 counties that remain in the orange, and those counties are Bracken County and a cluster of counties, including Webster, Hopkins, and Caldwell County, all out west, and Kentucky with the remaining parts of the state in either the yellow or the green. Again, the 4 counties in the orange, the lowest it's been since way back when we started doing the current incidence rate. The overall current incidence rate for the state today at 3.22. So continuing good news and good signs as the state continues to go down in that current incidence rate. Well, the rolling hills of Madison County will reverberate with the songs and music of World War II as the efforts of 3 groups bring the sounds of yesteryear in a special concert. The Madison County Remembers World War II through song and music will be held on Sunday, June 27th. That's this Sunday at the Mount Zion Christian Church beginning at 2:30 p.m. The church is located at 830 Battlefield Memorial Highway south of Richmond. And the Battle of Richmond Association, the Central Kentucky World War II Roundtable, and the Flags for Veterans, Madison County have combined their efforts to bring this once-in-a-lifetime event to Madison County. Although the event is free, donations will be accepted. For more information, you can call 859-544-5446. Folks, we appreciate you being with us here on the newscast today. Plenty more to get to this weekend as well. Make sure to stay locked into WBON TV's Facebook page for more updates throughout the weekend. We'll be right back on Monday, same time and same place at 3 p.m. for your daily community briefing here live on WBON TV, Channel 9.